Hello, everyone. So, in continuation with the previous session, so in this session we are going to see about the user interface design guidelines. So, what are the guidelines we should care about that, and while designing the interfaces and all. Okay. So, can you remember the previous session? So, good UI UX design versus bad UI UX design. So any website we are going to use in the any kind of devices, or any application we are going to use in the any kind of the mobile phones as, so the user friendly is very important. So that create that the user, they are satisfied about that our design, so the design will help us, and it not much time to work on that. And also we should care about that the working environmental level designing, and they are not lagging about that working design and all, and they are not affecting their present working and all. So we should care about that, so then only, so we should provide the good design. Otherwise the design will be as a bad design and all. Okay, so user interface design guidelines. So offers uses a digital space where background steps are possible, including undoing and redoing previous action. Interface designers should ensure that both the graphic elements and terminology are maintained across similar platforms. Human attention is limited, and we are only capable of maintaining around 5 items in our short-term memory at one time. So due to the limitation of short-term memory, designers should ensure users can simply employ recognition instead of recalling information across the port and the dialogue. Okay, so next part is that, so what are the design platforms we should care about that, some of things. So familiar concepts and terms like RGB, hue and saturation, brightness, and CMYK are used to represent color, while various tools like the Dodge tool and the Burn tool mimics traditional darkroom technical photo. See here, so we should use of the colors, and the color should be matched with the real world problem. So real colors and match with the real colors. So nowadays the users are required for that, so their working environmental or real world related these things. So red, green, blue, and then cyan, magenta, yellow, and then Kia is that. So these thing is that we should care about the brightness, and there is no too much of color, and we should use for the designing and all. So next one is that user control and freedom. So Photoshop is very good at providing users with control every step of the way. As the user makes changes to an images or adding various aesthetics effects, they are able to quickly and easily take a step backward if they make a error and all. And error prevention, to prevent users from making errors, Photoshop provides a brief description on label of the tools when a user, however, over it help make sure users are using the proper tool for the task at hand. See here we have taken the example of the Photoshop. So in this Photoshop, most of the people, they are creating and designing various kind of images. So what are the colors we should use of that, what are the combination we require, so these things are we are consideration here. And last one is that recognition rather than the recall. So Photoshop provides a sample view for the user to make the right choice. These allow for the user to visually recognize what they're looking for instead of having to recall the name or typing it as a search. Okay, so how to get the feedback from the user. So user feedback is very essential. So what I'm trying to say in front of you is that, so we have taken the example of the Photoshop. So in this Photoshop we are working with the various colors and then various alteration, so various brightness, and also different kind of patterns, or what are the patterns we should apply, or either the shapes, okay, either the triangle or oval or anything, or we should go for the collages, or everything we consider about that. So based upon that we post the the photo and get back the feedback. So then only the design will be applied for any kind of the interfaces. And we should follow some design principles, okay, while designing that. So like font size, or usage of the color, or where we have placed the icons, where we placed the dialog box. So everything is very very essential for that. Okay, so as a conclusion, we conclude this session. These references we have taken for presentation, and that